Hello and welcome to Yarning for a Smile, My Life with Yarn. My name is Kim and I am the host of this channel, and I just want to say thank you for checking out today's video where we're going to be talking about all the things that I've been knitting and crocheting since the last time we spoke, as well as opening up some new yarn packages that I cannot wait to share with you. And this is episode number 27 in the podcast sphere of this channel. So this channel does have several things hopefully to offer you that you will enjoy, and that is there are some unboxing, there are product reviews relating to knitting and crochet, and the bread and butter are the main focus of this channel, though it's just an old-fashioned knitting and crochet podcast like this. This is what I set my channel out to be, and this is really what I want to focus on going forward because this is what brings me joy. Talking about all the patterns and the designers and the yarns and the notions and the tools, and that is what I really want to focus on. So that is what we're going to be doing, and I hope you enjoy that. But today we do have a lot of things to talk about, and we're going to have to get started because this may be longer than normal, and I apologize, but I really just want to get caught up. I will say that I do have glasses now. This has also transpired since the last time we spoke. Apparently, I have to have them all the time. And so these are my new glasses. And so you will see me adjusting them. Well, these are one of the pairs, but I feel like I don't know how I like them. I don't know. So I'm still getting used to them. I've had them for less than 24 hours. So big adjustments. Also, I do have the flu. So there may be some pauses as I have to try to breathe and cough, but we're gonna get through this. I have just really wanted to talk yarn with you for a few days now, and I just came out here to do it. So let's go. So let's start off with finished objects. The first thing I finished is my Snow Dreamer hat. This is a pattern by Carla Hudson. I had purchased this pattern back in November of 2024. The pattern does retail for $6, and I love this hat. It had been on my queue. It was number 835 in my queue. My queue is ridiculous, but we're gonna work through that this year. And I used some Malabrigo Resta on this in the colorway, I'm trying to remember, Sombreras, which is color number 849. It's this lovely gray and black. It is so pretty. This is a very cabled hat. Pretty much the whole thing, you're working with cables, and I really love how it turned out. I used a US 9 on mine for the brim rib, and then I used an 11 for the body of the hat. I have kind of a small head, and so it fits perfectly. It fits a little snug. I did go ahead and block it, but I did not snip out my ends yet because I never snip my ends until I get done blocking. And the reason is that when I'm blocking, I want those fibers to completely relax, and so that way, when I wear it, I don't have to worry about those ends popping out and stretching. And so I will block my finished knits, and then I will snip the ends really, really close to the stitches, and I don't have to worry about them popping out anymore. But I really like how it turned out. I love the variation in this yarn, and the cables are just stunning. And I went with this gray white, even though this is called the Snow Dreamer hat, because around here we did get snow when I was working on this. We actually had snow outside. Well, we had, I guess, a dusting. It's not really snow, but that's kind of what inspired me to get this gray black. When we get snow, it's usually just enough to barely cover the ground, and so it just becomes this muddy, dark mess. And so this represents it quite well. But I do love this hat, and it does fit great. The next thing I knit was on my queue as well, and that is something that I shared in one of my community posts a while back, and that is the arrowhead headband. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. glad to have you here. Love to know in the comments if you're a knitter or crochet or both. But every Monday on my community tab, I share a grouping of patterns that are free and they're knit and crochet. And I do that as a way to encourage you to get to crafting that week. And one week I did share this pattern. When I made this, I have not blocked this yet, and I'm probably not going to be doing so, to be honest with you, because when I wear it, you can definitely see the stitches. But this is the arrowhead headband, and it's a lacy headband. It was so fast. I literally made it, I think, in one day. I'm not going to try to put on glasses. I keep forgetting I have on glasses. So there would be some things that I would change if I was to remake this. I did start this during the brunt of the flu in myself, which was probably not the brightest thing to do for me because it's kind of having a hard time grasping things, but I did enjoy it. And it has you cast on and then you basically just knit a rectangle and then you seam in the pieces together. Going forward, or if you plan on making this, I would tell you a much easier way to do this, and that would be a provisional cast on. Leave those little stitches on a cable, knit your rectangle, and then do a knitting together and then bind off that way. Because when you do the cast on and then you knit and then you have to sew them on, you do get a seam. I don't like seams. If you've followed this channel before, you know I'm not a huge seam person. And it worked out. I used every bit of the yarn I had for mine. Like literally, this is the only yarn I had left of 55 grams. That I was in different places a little bit of the pattern. So you can kind of see that right here. So this is right after row 2 and this is right after row 4. So because they're not in the exact same place, it creates this little weird puckering thing, but that's the part that goes back here. So it doesn't really matter. But this is very comfortable. I used La Paz. It's a Hobie yarn. It's 100% alpaca. It was 50 grams and it had a total of 55 yards. So mine was a little bit over. Mine was 51 grams and it had 55.1 yards. So I used every single bit of that. But it is really pretty. When you wear it, it works like this. But it's just enough to keep like your ears warm or something if you have your hair pulled up, which often I do. So this is the Arrowhead Headband by Lindsay Van Sane. I'm probably butchering that name. I apologize. But it is a really lovely knit. It's a very easy to remember pattern. And blocking will help that lay down. But when you wear it, it stays. And I just don't see the point of blocking it. Because the lace really opens up already when you wear it. So those are two of my finished objects. Wait, there's more. So the other little thing I finished was I did complete another tree. I think I showed you this tree in the last episode, episode 26. I'll link it down below. I can't remember, but I did finish another one. So this is Merry Mini Tree by Traveling Knits. And I'm just knitting a bunch of these, hopefully enough to have a garland for in here for next year. And honestly, I still have my Christmas stuff. It is February the 1st, and I have Christmas up in here and in our house and my mother-in-law's because everybody in my family was hit by the flu. I'm just tired. And I've not been able to take it down, but it's fine. I'm hoping to get it down this week. I'm hoping I can get enough energy to get it down this week. It is kind of nice having a tree out here, though, to see all the ornaments I've made over the years, but it needs to go down, especially the one in the house. But these are super fun to make and super cute. I love how this one turned out. Look how adorable. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So this yarn is some apple yarns, and this is the colorway Cloudy Skies, and this is Blue Jeans. So they are going to go in my little traveling old style namaste travel case because this is where I'm keeping all of my trees and mini stockings for garland. So this is the OG version, and I'm sad to say that it's falling apart. Like, bad. The whole thing here is coming off. And I take very good care of my stuff. So I'm having to push that back in very carefully each time I close it. But it does kind of break my heart that that's slowly dying. And there's not a lot I can do about it. They have upgraded the model. I don't know. It's fine though. It just kind of does that now. If you have one of these, I would like to know if you're experiencing the same thing. Or if you're having if you have one of the new versions, I would love to know if you've experienced any kind of breakdown of it. I really like this one. I love the feel of the fake leather. I just hate that that's pulling out and breaking off. But oh well. So you may remember me last month showing you this page in my planner where I had my goals for the month of January in my crafting and in my everyday. And I made this really bold statement that I wanted to complete 3,000 yards in the month of January, which was a little bit crazy. I get it. But it also entails using my whips. And I wanted to use it as a motivator to work through my whips because I do have a few. I have a lot less than I did last year, but I still have a bunch of whips that I need to work through. And so I did make a dent in that, and I almost beat it. Like, so close. So close. So for total yardages, 55.1 went into this headband. This Snow Dreamer hat was a 93.9 yards. This was 176.8 yards because it's crochet, it eats more yarn. And I did work some on my Evanescence shawl. Now, my little bitty trees, I didn't really count the yardage on those because it was only like 3 grams, and so that's less than 10 yards. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I would have to do it, but there would have to be a forest of little trees done, and I just didn't do that. But this, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't really know at all where I'm going with this. Oh, apparently I'm going in the middle of a row. That's where I was. So this, where is the front of this? This is this thing. This was a knit along that I started last year with Gina, the Knitting Turnpike, and Judy's Crochet Creations, and I'll tag them down below. But I started this using some leftover yarns, and you can see where I was going, and then I was just like, you know what? I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm trying to figure that out right here. And then I'm working in some other colors because I don't have enough of this to complete this whole thing. So we'll have to check back and see how it's going. But this is where I was the last time I showed you this. So I did all of this the month of January, which is a good bit of knitting compared to all the other things that I've done. So that is I have some Malabrigo in here. I'm sorry, Malintosh. These two are Malintosh colors. I don't know. This is some Cascade Heritage yarn in this dark purple. And then I'm also pulling in some 3 Irish Girls to kind of bring this all together. And I think they're all look wonderful, but I'm just trying to figure out how I want them to be in the shawl. And the shawl only uses, I think, 2 colors, but I just don't like following directions and I want to use up some scraps. So I'm just getting scrappy with it, and I'm okay with that. So that's going quite well. I'll be working on that as far as one of my focuses for the month of February. That's probably going to be my focus off the needles for the month of February. My focus off the needles for the month of January, though, has been Sophie's. And Sophie, whew, she needs her own segment. So Sophie has been on my hooks since 2015. 15 or 16. I think it might be 2016. And Sophie is Sophie's Universe. If you are unfamiliar with that pattern, it is a pattern by Deidre, and it is this amazing blankety quilt madness of a mandala. And I'm making mine out of scraps. So I'm going to show you where I was last, because somewhere I had put a stitch marker, I think. I don't remember. But when I picked this up, I was on row 86. So for me, that was this dark blue right here. So all of that has been done, and I'm right here on these flowers. Now, these flowers are row 100, and there's only 113 rows in this bad boy. So technically, I almost got it done for the month of January. And if I had gotten it done for the month of January, all the yardage, which is going to be over probably 10K, I was going to count, because the way Ravelry sets up your project pages, the yardage that is in that project doesn't get counted until you hit that you're finished. And then whatever month that is in, that is when it shows that yardage was done in. So if I finish it this month for February, that means I will have gotten done with 3,000 for the month of January and February in 1 month. And that would be amazing, because that's going to be my goal each month, to get close to 3,000 as possible. Because I want to beat my old goal where I was knitting and crocheting around 10,000 yards a year. And this is going to help me do it. So this and my other whips, there's a bunch of them. But I love I'm going to have to stand up. I'm probably going to have to insert photos. I don't even know. But this is my Sophie's, and I love how this is turning out. It is ginormous. I am right at 6 feet tall, and it is touching the floor, and it's up to my mouth. So, and I'm not even all the way done with this row 100. I still have 1.5 sides, but she is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll probably just have to insert a photo so you can see her fully. So she is my biggest whip. Now, I do need some assistance, please. So next for Sophie, she's going to have this little section here. And so Deidre in the pattern in this one sample, she used a blue. I really wanted to use some more of this really light blue right here that I had, but I don't have any more of that. Like, I used all of it up, but like a little bit. So I'm not going to have enough to do a whole round, because currently I think I'm over 750 stitches per round. So it takes a minute. These bubbles, I think there's 30 per row, and they're taking a minute. But for the next color, I'm thinking either this blue or this purple. Now, this whole thing, I have just been pulling colors. I have not used a color pack. These are literally just yarns I had laying around. This has been how I've been stash busting a bunch of my acrylic yarns, and how I will continue to stash bust a bunch of acrylic yarns, is making blankets. I am not a blanket maker. I don't really find a lot of joy in it, but I do, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I think they're very therapeutic. So as I've been sick, I've really enjoyed having this on my lap and working on it. It's been very cozy. And I also have this. I'm trying to figure out which of these do you think I should do next. Like, I kind of want to pull this one because it pulls from that there. But then there's another little detail that I may use that for. I think I want to do something lighter. Maybe the light purple. I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do next in my Sophie's. But that's my Sophie's. So let's talk about some future makes. So the next pattern that I want to make for the month of February, as far as new patterns, because I'm going to finish up my Sophie's, and I'm going to work on that shawl. They're going to be my major 2 whips to get done. And the reason I want to get this done is because I really want to have focus time for my poncho that I started last year that I really want to get done because I really like working on this. But I feel like I have so many whips that I'm drowning in them, and so I can't focus on it, and it makes me very sad. But that is this Lance de Nord from Knitting Fever. And I just love this. I really want to have this for the late summer and fall. But I really need to get some other whips out of the way before I can fully give it my undivided attention that have been hanging out a lot longer than it has. Because I do feel like I'm drowning in whips, and that's not fun. And maybe you feel that way too. Do you feel like if you have too many whips? Do you feel like if you have too many whips that they kind of suffocate you and drown you? I feel that way. I feel that when I'm really stressed and I know I have a bunch of works in progress, like I feel like not that I'm letting them down, but I'm letting myself down because I am someone who is a starter and a finisher of things. And so if I don't finish it, I feel like I'm not being true to myself. And that's something that I don't like to do. I also feel like maybe I'm not showing appreciation to that project, which is really weird to have appreciation for things, but I do appreciate the things I have and the yarns I have and the connections I've made through this journey. And I want to pay them the respect and the homage that they need. So I feel like if I don't finish them, then I'm not doing that due diligence for them or that yarn or that person who dyed that yarn or that person who bought me that pattern. And so it really weighs on my soul in a way, and I don't like that. So when I start something, I really like to finish it. And I really want to focus on getting my works in process off my hooks and needles so I can really focus on all the new patterns and the new yarns that I have over there. And I'm not saying that I'm not buying yarn anymore because I have yarns to show you. I like supporting other people, and I like if I see a yarn I like that brings me joy, I'm probably going to buy it because honestly, I don't really buy anything else besides pins. I love fountain pens lately. I've just become addicted to some fountain pens lately. But I only like the Gen Y, Gen L because they're in my price range. They're very cheap on Amazon, but they write very well. But that's not what this channel's about. But so one of the next things I want to make, and that is a hat for the K&K donation drive, and that is this Gina beanie, and it is this hat right here. It is super, super cute. This is by Crochet Dreams. It is a crochet pattern. It uses loops and threads, crazy wool. I don't know what I'm going to use. It's a super bulky yarn. I have something over there. I'll find something. I did pick out some yarn the other day, but I don't want to use a wool for a donation gift because I think one of her things is that they don't want wools because of allergies. So I'll probably just modify this using a worsted weight yarn and then just cast on some extra repeats or crochet on. Chain on. We'll say chain on. But this is number 327 in my queue of 800 and some odd things to make. So I will be making this hat to donate. And then also for the month of February, I kind of want to make me another hat or headband. I haven't really decided. So I think that's a pretty good plan so far for the month of February. What do you think? Do you think it's not going to be enough? Do you think I'm going to be setting myself up for failure? Let me know down below. It's okay. You can be honest. I can handle it. I honestly think I should be able to get it done. But I do want to shift focus now from finished objects and from works in progress into new yarns, because that's what we're here for, people. New yarns and new notions. And you may have just seen a community post I just put up yesterday with this box. And these are the new Crochet Wave crochet hooks. So they come in this really cute little pouch. And I'm going to go and do a full video review on these probably next. But they're a whole full set of crochet hooks from a 2.0 millimeter all the way up to a 12 millimeter. Yeah, they're pretty nice. And we're going to be comparing those to Clover and a couple of other crochet hooks. So look forward to that. Okay, so we have some packages to get through. So I don't know how things are where you are, but here the mail system is, I don't want to say the mail system's broken. I feel like that's a little unfair. But it's not good, friends. It's very, very behind. So things I ordered around Black Friday, like this package, just showed up in like the beginning of January. Yeah, that's a hard time. So we're gonna open up this Hobie package. Am I showing you my address? No. It's just the customs. And to be honest, I don't even remember what I ordered because it was so long ago. So long ago. But I wanted to open it with you all. And I'm kind of like over the unbagging only videos. So before Christmas, Hobie had some Christmas specific yarns, and I logged on and saw that they had some Will of Alpaca. And so I got 2 of the Christmas Will of Alpacas, and wow, I'm glad I did. For the record, there is not a Hobie candy at all. But these are the 2 Will of Alpacas I got. So this is Christmas Will of Alpaca. This is a new yarn that Hobie, I think, got last year or the year before. And this is the first time they've ever offered it in a Christmas space. So I really wanted to grab 2 of these. And I just really love these colors. I thought they were fun. This is 80% acrylic and 20% alpaca. It's 250 grams, 1,028 yards in this bad boy. Look how pretty that is, though. It's very Christmassy. It reminds me of gingerbread men and candy canes, or like gingerbread houses. This is color 02. I don't remember what the color names were. They do have color names, and I'll insert those in below, but that's that one. And this one is color number 1. And this one is just traditional Christmas to me. But they smell good. They're so soft and cozy. I don't know what I'm going to make with them. Probably a shawl. I'm probably going to do like some kind of shawl or cowl with them. I thought maybe doing them together. I don't know. We'll see. But I just really wanted to have some of that because I thought that was cool that they made that into a Christmas yarn. There are some affiliate links for the Hobie yarns and some of the other yarns I'm going to show you in Notions. But this is not a sponsored video. None of my videos have ever been sponsored videos. I've never gotten paid money to do a review for you. And if I do, I will be completely upfront about that. I'm always upfront if like something is sent to me, but all of this stuff I purchased with my own money. But the affiliate links are there in case you would like to shop for them and you would like to support the channel. You can do both of those things at the same time by shopping my affiliate links, and you'll be providing the channel with a little bit of coinage for sharing those links with you. So they're there if you would like them down in the video description, and I will also put a link to those in the pinned comment. So we have another yarn club. This must be January's yarn club. I haven't even opened it yet. And today's February the 1st. And I think I already saw that the February one is on its way. So this is a yarn club by Hypnotic Yarn. Love her stuff. I love how she packages her yarn clubs. She sends them in this little cute cellophane bag, and she puts the yarn in this little hidden pouch, and then you have a little bag that has the extra stuff in it. I did change my subscription for the February and continuing on. So usually I get all fingering weight yarn, but I have a lot of fingering weight yarn and I don't have a lot of DK weight yarn. And so I switched my subscription to that for a while. And she makes that a very easy process on her website. If you want to go back and forth and change, you can just go in and do so before the next billing cycle. And then that's what you'll get your next shipment. So let's start off with the extras. And this time I got a little blue bag. I love these bags. They're great for so many things. Okay, this thing's full. We have the card that has the scratch off to reveal your code for the next month. I'll do that later because it's already ended again. I'm so horrible about that. Oh, this is cool. This is like a little bag that is like a geode. That's a nice zipper. You know you're getting old when you're like, oh, that's a lovely zipper that easily unzips. That's true though. So this is a very cool little bag. Oh, this thing opens on wide. Look how cool this is. Like a three-dimensional little geographic bag. That's snazzy with its little handle. Lovely. Okay. There is also Note Pals, Sticky Tabs, Planets. So this is definitely a solar kind of theme. And you can see the little tabs. So cute. Bath Sprinkles Fruity Fusion. Those are fun. I don't know if I smell. I can't smell right now, so it wouldn't really matter. But that's what's in the little notions thing. I do need to photograph all this stuff together. I'm gonna take a picture of the yarn. So let's check out the yarn. Oh, this is pretty. I haven't seen this yet. I try to avoid spoilers. I like that so much. The speckles. Wow. That is really, really pretty. So this is the January 2025 Intergalactic Plush Sock 85 Super Wash Merino, 15% nylon, 437 yards per 100 grams. Very pretty. And that is Yarnable, which is yarnable.net. Also, this is the order that I made on Christmas Day. And this, I think, got here the 2nd or the 3rd of January. And I probably should have showed it the last podcast, but I think it just gotten in around the time that I was recording and I didn't have time to open it. Or maybe it hadn't even gotten here yet. But this is my yearly purchase from Babs Yarn. Every year since 2013, I have made a purchase on Christmas Day at like 1 to 3 a.m. of Miss Babs Yarn. It's just a tradition. And I used to get up to conversate with Santa, and then I would make a Babs order during that time. But now that my kids are older, I just get up and make a Babs order, and then I go right back to bed. So this is that order that I made for December of 2025. And again, I don't remember what I ordered because it's been over a month. But I love how she wraps her yarn individually as well. And she always gives you a free sample of yarn, which I like to use those for different little projects. She gives you a sticker. I'm going to try to reuse that somewhere. So there's my free sample of yarn. And this is Tarte fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 10% tinsel. 500 yards is like the yardage put up of a normal skein. And it usually is 400 or 400 grams, 4.3 ounces. And this is colorway Boot Scootin'. There it goes. Very pretty. And then you get a free stitch marker. And then her shows for 2025 where you can find her. So let's see. This is a quartet bag I think I got. This is a single skein of Yowza. I remember buying it. Oh, this is pretty. Look at this green. So this is Fraser. This was one of her colors for 2025 winter. And I really wanted these. And was able to grab one. Oh, I love that green so much. I don't even know what it's going to be, but it's fabulous. Yowza. DK weight yarn. So this retails for $52. Everything on her website goes on sale on Christmas Day, and it stays that way until the 1st, and then everything goes back to retail. This is 100% superwash merino. It's 560 yards, 8 ounces, 225 grams. So that is a lot of DK weight yarn. I love it. I love that color so much. Then I got these two to go together because I thought these would be a great pairing, I think. Or maybe I just got them. Yeah, I think I wanted to do something together with them. So this is both wild irises. So Miss Bab has different dye styles. She has her wild irises, which are one of a kind one-offs, and so they're not going to be repeated or put back in the store. So when I do my yearly purchase, I always shop specifically for wild iris because no one else is going to have that yarn. I think this was just one of her normal colors, so it's not, but I just really wanted a seasonal color for the year. But these are both wild irises. So this is Salem's Lot, which is a Yowza mini skein. I could do all of these together because these are all the same base. But the mini skeins are 200 yards of the DK weight yarn, and it's 80 grams, 2.8 ounces. But look how pretty that is. I mean, that's just gorgeous. And this is another mini skein, and this is colorway called Knock on Wood, and it's just a dark green. I just really love greens. So I'm either going to use these together for like a cowl, or I may use them in with this. I don't know yet. But I was just really feeling the Christmas greens. And then the last thing I got was a quartet. And I usually get one of these every year. I have a small collection of them growing that I need to use. But my idea with these is I love to knit shawls. That is my number one thing to knit is shawls. And I love doing shawls with multiple colors. And this makes it easy. If I see a pattern that I want to make that has 4 colors, I can just grab a kit and I'm good to go. And I know that the colors are going to work well. So this is the Yowza Mini Quartet though. So this is a DK weight. So these are 4 mini skeins, again, all same weight. So I can easily use all these together. If I want to do like a really big shawl with a bunch of color, or I can just use this pack together. These are 200 yards per skein. There's 4 of them, so that's 800 yards per the whole pack of DK weight yarn. That's huge. Is that right? Yes. So tired. And this is in colors pink grapefruit. I think the green is hops. And there is Cascadia. And this are Cascara. And then this burgundy is called Bougainvillea. I don't even know. There we go. But look how pretty these are. I may have had a pattern in mind. When I queue patterns, I will usually go ahead and put in the notes if it's yarn that I'm buying that season for. If it's yarn I already have in stash, you can go ahead and link that in your project, in your queued project. So I'll have to see if I've got this queued up for something or not. So the last thing I got for Christmas was actually at an end of the year sale, and this is from Molly Klein Designs. Now, in the past, I've gotten her advent calendar, and I love her advent calendar. I just did not want to do one this past year, or I think the year before I didn't do one either. but I still wanted to support her shop, and I saw that she was having a yarn sale. And it was 2 yarns that I really liked out of her shop, so I purchased them. Now these are also very Christmassy, but I think that's why I like them. I don't know. I was very much feeling the Christmas vibes this year. And I'm gonna keep this cellophane because I want to put these back in there because I do want to use these together. But I just thought these were a gorgeous, gorgeous pairing. And I don't think they're specifically Christmas. They're very romance and vintage to me. I don't know. They're very like woodsy romancy. So this is her Sweet Tea Yarn Base by Molly Klein Design. And this is her Sweet Sock. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 460 yards for 100 grams. And that's the base. I got both of these. So this one is called Evergreen, and this one is called Rudolph. So I got a Fraser and an Evergreen. I was sticking with the woodsy, and that'd be pretty. I mean, I could use them together, but it would just be different gauges because of the weight of the yarn. But look how pretty these are. This I just love the gentleness of this and the colors. It is so soft and I don't know, just vintage vibes, I guess. Vintage romantic, very, I don't know, like Secret Garden meets Downton Abbey, I guess. I don't know. I like them. I think they're very pretty. What do you think? So that is all of the yarn that I got with Christmas money. And that is Christmas money that was gifted to me by my mom or my husband and told to buy myself something. And so I bought yarn because that's what I like. And that's about all I have today. I really have enjoyed being out here with you talking, but my voice is really starting to go, and I'm hoping that this is loud enough that when I edit this, I can make it so you can hear me. I don't know. We shall see. But I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope you have a wonderful crafty February. I hope your January was well. I hope that you are staying well. Please let me know what you're making in the comments below. Please chat with me through community posts. Let me know if the patterns that I'm posting are ones that interest you, or what kind of patterns are you looking for that you would like to see featured on my free Make It Monday post. I would love to hear. Always feel open to tag me in any of your videos if you make videos on YouTube for me to check them out. I don't always get to sit down taking care of my mother-in-law and watch videos, but if I get tagged in a video, then I'm going to sit down and watch that video because it's just a way to say thank you for tagging me in that video. So, yeah, hope you have a wonderful day. Stay crafty. Hugs, love, and all the yarny fluff. Bye.